Hey friends, it's Ivy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my July wrap-up. I'm behind. I'm always behind. It is what it is. So, I am finally filming this wrap-up. Actually, I was out of town for my sister's wedding at the beginning of August, so I've been really busy, and then I came back to work, and I've just been busy. So the first book I finished in July was Buy Yourself the Fucking Lilies and Other Rituals to Fix Your Life from Someone Who's Been There by Tara Schuster. I listened to this on audiobook and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I liked the way this story was like broken down into parts of her life. I really enjoyed her mantras, I guess. She really talks about journaling and finding things to have gratitude for and things to look positive for. I read this a while ago, so I'm having trouble remembering everything exactly, but I do remember this chapter about this desk, how it was left at her boyfriend's house, but then it made her way back to her and all this stuff. Kind of things have a way of coming back around, that kind of thing. I did laugh out loud a few times while reading this. I just really recommend this one if you're looking for ways to cope with anxious habits and stuff like that. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read in July was The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, which I was actually reading this one for a while, but I decided to DNF it because I couldn't keep up with the story. I was bored. I really wasn't enjoying what was happening. This book is about a man who, I guess they kill stags or deers and then they come back to haunt him, and I was just I don't really know what's going on. I'm bored, so I DNF'd this. Actually, I'm not sure how far I got into it. I DNF'd at 52%, so I did read a big chunk of this one, but I feel like there's a specific group of people who will enjoy this, and I'm just sad it wasn't me. The next book I read was Goblin by Josh Mallerman. I did a reading vlog for that, so I'll leave it up here and down below. I actually returned this book because it was really expensive and I really did not enjoy it, and I was just I'm never gonna read this again. It's going back, and Barnes & Noble has a 30-day policy. If you don't enjoy the book, you can bring it back. So I did, because I liked certain chapters. It's one big book that is broken down into 6 short novellas about this town called Goblin, and it's supposed to be a horror novel. I wasn't really scared. Like I said, there were a few chapters, well, novellas, that I did enjoy, but all in all, it just kind of fell flat for me, and I was just kind of really bored reading it. I also read this book in that vlog, and this is Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea by Ashley Herring Blake, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It is now one of my favorite books of all time. I love Ashley's writing. This book is about a young girl who was in a kayaking accident with her mother, and her mother did not survive the accident, so her sister, and her other mother spend time moving around everywhere and not really talking about or dealing with the grief and the PTSD and the anxiety that's surrounding that situation. And they end up in this town that her mother actually knows somebody there. She is confronted with her mother starting a new relationship, and her trying to make, she doesn't really try that hard, but she tries to make friends. She's kind of more forced into it, and it's just a really beautiful story, and I really loved it, and I think it's a really important read, and I think it can help a lot of readers, young and old. I really recommend this one. Very beautiful story. I really connected with it, and I cannot wait to pick up more of Ashley's books. This was the second novel of hers that I have read, so I would definitely like to read more of her stuff. The next book I read in July was for the Literally Dead book club with Books and Lala, and this is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. This book is told in a one-night span. Her friend was murdered by this college campus killer. She has also PTSD and traumatic problems, and like TV movies will like play in her head, and this really comes into play in the movie because it's like in the book, because it's kind of twisted, like how her brain, like people manipulate her brain. And so she decides she's gonna ride with this guy back to her hometown, and like she trusts him, and then blah blah blah. Well, she starts to question like if he's really safe. Is he a killer? Like, is he the killer? And this book takes a few turns that I didn't see coming, so I really enjoyed that. All in all, I noticed a lot of people didn't really enjoy this one, but I give it 4 out of 5 stars because I flew through it like pure entertainment. Even though some things I was able to predict and some things I weren't, I just really enjoyed and had a good time reading this one, and I really just had fun. And so I really liked that I had fun reading a book, because as you can tell, I have been DNFing quite a lot lately over the last couple months. So anyways, yeah, it's pretty twisted. Like, is she in the car with her best friend's killer, or isn't she? Dun dun dun. The next book is The Chosen and the Beautiful by Nevo, and I also, you guessed it, DNF'd this. I DNF'd it at, I'm gonna tell you right now, at 31%. To be fair, I really don't think it's the writer's fault. It's my fault, because I don't like The Great Gatsby. I don't like that book. So why did I pick up a retelling? I don't know. I really don't know. So that's really all I have to say about this one. Mistake was mine. The mistake was mine. The final book on this July wrap-up is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I can never say her name. I just can't. So anyways, I have been reading this book since February. I picked it up physically, I picked it up ebook, and then I finally finished it on audiobook, and I did still give it 3 out of 5 stars. It's just a very dense book. Like, the writing style is very dense, and it's a classic, so classics are always a little hard for me to get through, but nonetheless, I did finish this, and I feel like I enjoyed the movie more, and that's just the truth. This book is about a woman who marries an older man and feels like she'll never live up to the expectations of his beautiful widowed wife. So it's kind of got a thrillery mystery aspect to it, because we don't really know what happened to Rebecca at Manderley. So like I said, 3 out of 5 stars. Watch the movie. Okay guys, that is it for my July wrap up. Like I said, I read really good books and not so great DNF some, but it's the luck of the draw. I really need to like hone in on what I really want to read as a reader, because I just have kind of been picking up anything and everything, which is fine, but this year I'm really behind in my reading goals, so I really just would rather stop picking up anything and everything and reading things that I'm actually genuinely interested in. So if you're going through this, let's talk about it in the comments down below. If you made it to the end of this video, please leave me a purple heart emoji down below. As always, you can find me on other social medias, and if you like this video and you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I hope you have a beautiful day. May the force be with you. Bye!